So here we go. This is going to be a really cool video. We're exploring the entire map of Anthem, basically in a complete circle. It's going to be 100% seamless. And we're going to start out at Fort Tarsis, which is down here, kind of to the southern region of the map. We're going to move up northwest to the ruins of Shadowmark. And then we're going to work our way back down southeast, and then eventually end up back at Fort Tarsis. But this is going to be really cool because a lot of you guys have been asking, hey Robbie, you know, we want to see the entire map. We've heard you talk about it, but now show us it. And yeah, it's a lot bigger than I initially thought, guys. So let's compare it first of all to, you know, big open world games like GTA 5. So yeah, as you know, GTA 5, it takes about 10 minutes in car to go around the entire map. It's going to take roughly about the same time in this demonstration to go around the map of Anthem. So you can see just how gigantic this open world is, and also has some hidden secrets in here. Some dungeons, some statues, lore. You can find out all sorts of cool stuff through the game world just by exploring. Also, real quick while I'm at it, I wanted to mention to you guys that I am doing an Epic Anthem giveaway. If you want a chance to win Anthem on either PS4, Xbox One, or PC, see that description below. This is open to anyone that is subscribed to my YouTube channel here. Just check out the information in the description below, but appreciate all the support and love on the videos, and good luck with that giveaway. But as you can see, you can really maintain flight by flying into waterfalls and then also doing a dive bomb to the ground below. It really does help cool down your engines of your Javelin as you go, and you can see just how beautiful this area is. Just quite stunning, and the lighting also is amazing. So the Frostbite engine is pulling off a lot for sure. Now that area there, I'm not too sure what those smoky, misty areas are. I went into some of them. Here we are. Here's an update of where we are on the map. We're working our way up north still, basically trying to make our way up there to those ruins. But you can see some of the enemies and wildlife that appear as you go on your adventure. And also, it's a very, you know, rainy here in this area. We'll see if that changes as we go. But yes, this game does have a proper day-night cycle. There's some missions where it's like torrential rain, and it's kind of based off what is happening with the story. And I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but there's some really cool stuff that does actually happen. I'm curious to see if we'll see the environment changing down the road, much like Fortnite does with their map, because they can do a lot of cool stuff with their servers, because they're controlling the weather through their servers. The weather is actually server side, so they can actually flick a switch and do whatever they want in that regard. So I am very curious to see what that means for the future of Anthem. But you can see here, this is really cool. Some of the architecture in this game kind of reminds me of Dragon Age Inquisition, and that makes a lot of sense considering it is Bioware, of course. So that's one reason I really enjoy just exploring here. And here's a dynamic event. It says, put a stop to outlaw gang activity. So we've got to defeat the outlaws. They're basically another faction in the game that you will be able to face off against. So a wide variety of enemies for sure, and wildlife. So there is, you know, more passive wildlife in this game that they don't attack you at all. You have the choice if you're going to kill them or not. But here also are some scorpions, and yeah, you can also grab some loot as you go. So we are completing some challenges there, and we got some uncommon item there as well. So we have to go back to the fort to find out what we have obtained. By the way, if you missed it recently, there's a new social space for Anthem that was revealed. It is called the Launch Bay, and it's where you and your buddies can hang out in this really cool space where you can, you know, go in and modify your Javelin, check out new weapons, unlock stuff, customize everything, and but hang out with randoms and hang out with other friends. So that's really cool. Check out my video about that on the channel if you missed it. But we are working our way still to the north here, as you can see, and it looks like it's going to get a little bit more windy. Now, if you are wondering, hey Robbie, why don't you just fly up over the canyons? This is like, all you have to do is fly up over these canyons and then give us the full view of the map. You can't do that in this game. There is a ceiling. They really want to keep you within these winding, curving canyons. And I think that's pretty cool because it makes it to where you can really enjoy the world more. So I'm hitting the ceiling right now. It's forcing me back down. So that's what's happening right there when you see the decolorization and stuff like that going on your HUD and on your screen. You know you're going way too high, and you kind of can feel the drag of your javelin. So I think it's well done. I think it's a good choice because you want to enjoy the actual world. You don't want to fly up over and miss out on all of this detail. Plus, it lets you know of loot that you can actually loot. I think we skipped some loot there, but we're trying to fly around the world. But yeah, you can see some of the beautiful artwork, and there's some statues as well. I can't wait to learn more about the lore and the ancient ruins of this world and all that cool stuff. I'm sure there's going to be some really cool lore videos down the road for sure. Alright, so we are exploring right here. I believe we have made it to, yes, the ruins that we were looking for. And we're going to take a peek in here real quick to see what's what. So let's go ahead and take a look. And then there is some debris flying around. You'll see some like birds and bats and all sorts of creatures flying around as well. So there are some aerial creatures in this game too that you have to face off against and worry about. But it's really the Dominion, when you see them, that you have to really start worrying, because they are, in my opinion, one of the tougher factions in the game, and you will run into them and you know that you're in for a big fight. So here's another random event. This is saying eliminate swarm of aggressive scorpions, so that's something you can do. And you know what? I was like, hey, I have my ultimate ready. Let's show off what the storm can do, shall we? So yeah, we went ahead and used that ultimate. So nice. So let us keep going here as we explore. And you know what? Let's go underwater a little bit. So yeah, you can go under the water too, and explore to your heart's content as you go. So we are right on the edge of the map at this point, obviously, and you can't fly any further to your left, or I think you would be reset possibly. But we accidentally go into a dungeon, so it is possible to access these dungeon-like environments. I actually did a mission in this area previously. I'm hoping to get gameplay of that up for you guys as well, but that was really cool to see that you can actually enter these really handcrafted, cool dungeons through free roam, and sometimes you'll be activating some side activities in free roam through contracts and stuff like that that take you into those dungeons. That's something that I really enjoyed, because I was kind of worried about free roam kind of getting redundant in that you just kept grinding it and killing the same enemies over and over. I'm curious to see how this game handles itself once you are in hour 50, and then you really start hitting the in-game stuff. Hopefully it's not too redundant, but so far the open world itself, as you can see, in my personal opinion, it is beautiful. So I think it is absolutely stunning, and again, I'm curious to see if they're going to be updating the map, what's going to be happening with the map. I'm hoping that they actually do some really cool events where the map does change, maybe weather events and stuff like that. I think that would be pretty badass. So we are continuing our exploration here as we hit this huge cliffside, and we see a big, gaping hole in the cliff here that is basically a cavern that we can go into. You can see some of the overgrowth hanging off here. This is really, really neat. I don't know what the flickering is. I think we're getting attacked by something. But you can also see how some of the rock faces here glow with some of these minerals that really shine and give off their own glow. It's really cool at nighttime, by the way. Kind of has that Avatar feel with it for sure. But here's some of the wildlife. Some of them aren't attacking, then some of them are enemies. So we're going to skip ahead and head over to the Emerald Abyss. So we're making our way over here, and as you can see, again, a lot of, cliff sides hanging over, which is really cool to see. Now, you're not going to get to see it in this gameplay, but there's like a city built on those cliff sides. It is so cool. It's like a shanty town that's built alongside those cliff sides, and I think it's more in the middle of the map. So you aren't really seeing everything right now. You're seeing just the outskirts of the map as we go. So yeah, then also Fort Tarsus, I did get to explore the interior of Fort Tarsus. That was really cool. It seems like Fort Tarsus unlocks throughout the game as you go as well. So it unlocks in segments, at least from, I think, our personal experience here. But here's some signs of some of the shanty town type environments that are hanging off of the cliff sides, as you can see here. Oh no, we overheated. So we overheated there, but you can see this. I think these are scar, like, I don't know what they are exactly, buildings or something like that, towers that are hanging off here. And I think this is the remnants of an older fort as well. So you can see here, this area has been absolutely destroyed by war. It's been through a lot over here, and it looks to me that it's been all but abandoned. So I'm curious to see what happens here, what type of missions will be going on in this area. You know that there's got to be some sort of cool mission that will be taking place in this playground of sorts. So, yeah. You can see how rusted and neglected this area is compared to some of the other areas that we have seen. So a lot of areas have been, you know, basically taken over by enemies. You can see some scars there, and we are headed to the east gate. A lot of this does remind me, some of the stuff in this game reminds me of that anime Attack on Titan a little bit, because you have the big walls. For Fort Tarsus, you have Titans roaming around, so I'm curious to see also how, you know, the Asian market reacts to this game too. So that's going to be interesting for sure. So we don't want to overheat our Javelin here, our Storm. By the way, I did customize my Javelin here. This is my custom look. We went with something very colorful and vibrant, because you got to stick out in this world. Or you can go with something more like, you know, apocalyptic, militaristic if you wanted to. You don't have to always be super vibrant and colorful. I've seen some really cool, like, okay, that would fit into the military. I strongly believe that. So that's really cool that you can actually adjust your actual cosmetic look of your Javelin. So here we go. Now, no Titan so far, so I do have gameplay up of me facing off against an Ash Titan, and then the big creatures. And here we go underneath the Striker. This acts as a spawn point, so you can go in there if you want to, and it also acts as, you know, an area where you can actually spawn on if you die. So we are pushing forward here. I really want to attack those enemies. It's so tempting. But we're going to drop down here. It's interesting to see that our ultimate is already full again, so it seems like it basically fills up on its own, even if you are staying out of combat. So that's something interesting to note there as well. So we are beginning to make our way closer and closer to Fort Tarsus as we fly over a herd of dogs. Some of these dogs can freeze you instantly, so you got to be extra cautious near them. I know it's kind of weird that dogs would do that, but here you can see some of the glowing fauna and stuff. I think these are like glowing mushrooms. Don't eat them. They may poison you. Never know. But yeah, we're getting shot at. It seems like there's some of the wildlife. I don't know if those would be friendly or if they would attack you outright, but it seems like we are being attacked. So yeah, we got to run and keep going, but they're doing minimal damage, so good try. Good try. So you can see that there's some entrances here to some dungeons as well. I didn't get to explore all of the dungeons, so I will definitely keep you guys up to date on that one. But you can see how big the world is. The ideal thing is you're going to want to take on contracts, and through that you're going to be completing more stuff and seeing more enemies around the world too. But we're hitting that ceiling again. I'm trying to fly up, but it's again best to dive bomb down to really make sure you cool off those jets so you can keep going. But look at this. Look at this waterfall here. It's just really, really a beautiful game. And then some of the statues and artwork that are around. Just stunning. Absolutely stunning indeed. So we are going to land right up here. Now this area I didn't really explore too much, honestly. So this area I kind of neglected as I played Anthem. So I have a lot to explore yet in this game. Now do we see Fort Tarsus yet? Where is Fort Tarsus? As we continue our way over and continue exploring. So right now we are hovering. This is basically the Storm's sprint move. So he hovers whenever you try to sprint. Oh wait, I see it. There it is. Fort Tarsus. So we have made it around the map in a complete circle, and you can see it's pretty big. So I don't think you guys are going to be disappointed in that regard. And it looks like a storm's rolling in by the cloud cover. Man, oh man, those are some serious clouds. It looks like an unstable atmosphere. But guys, there it is. A look at the entire, well, not entire open world of Anthem, because we didn't get to see the center area at all. So there's a lot more in there for sure. But guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Remember, I'm doing a massive Anthem giveaway. See the description below to enter. Stay tuned here to Open World Games for more Anthem coverage and open world gaming goodness. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.